Hi everyone, it's Donna Robertson. I'm back again. What do you think? She's back.
She's back.
Okay, well, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all of the wonderful comments and sweet notes that you wrote to me while I was with my mother toward the end. Thank you very much. And I'm back home again. And I've got to spend some time with Una. You know, I'm the great grandma, and I had to leave town just right after she was born. So I'm really happy to be able to be back to see her. I was joking with John and said, now after 2 weeks, am I going to remember how to do this? But he promised to prompt me if I've forgotten how to do it after 2 weeks. So it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. And today we're going to talk about 3-yard quilts, and all of this is brand new fabric. I don't think you've seen any of these fabrics, so we're going to have a fun day today. I even have a special treat in there for you. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we use 3 1-yard cuts of fabric to make every one of our quilts, and the books are called 3-yard quilt books. They have 8. We have 8 or 9. We have 9 different books now, and every book has 8 patterns. Every pattern is written for a lap quilt. Now, the quilts you see today are going to be the lap quilts. And if you want to make it bigger, you can. 1 kit will make the lap quilt, 2 kits make a twin, and 4 kits will make a king queen. We also have our individual patterns like this. Now, some of the patterns are only available in the books, but then we also have the individual patterns for many of the other ones. And if they're in books and individual patterns, I'll tell you that as we go along. So with no further ado, let's get started. And the first quilt we're going to show you today, Natalie will be helping us, and she's holding up County Fair. Now, this is a fabric that we've shown you before, and we do still have this particular one available. So let's see if I have a little cheat sheet here so I can tell you what the name of that is. Well, I know the pattern is called County Fair. Eastern Treasures. Eastern Treasures is the name of the fabric. So we do have those kits online. And with this one, it has 3 different blocks. So you just have a plain block, you have a bordered block, and then you have a pinwheel. And it's a really fun, lots of movement in this particular one. And we have some new fabric that just came in, and we want you to see this. This is gorgeous. We're calling this Nature's Paintbrush. I love those like dandelions. The colors are just awesome. This is a Quilting Treasures fabric. And this would be your number 1 fabric, which is your largest print. And then in your number 2 fabric, which is the lightest leftover, then that would be your number 2 fabric. And then the teal will be your number 3 fabric. And so this one is on the web now, and it is called Nature's Paintbrush. The pattern that we're showing you is County Fair. Now, that particular quilt pattern is only available in Easy Does It, the book Easy Does It. And that's this book right here. Here, I'll hold it down here. So this is Easy Does It, and it has 8 different patterns, one of which is the County Fair pattern. Now, if you buy 3 kits, you'll be able to pick a book free. Or if you just want 1 kit, we give you a single pattern. But because this is not available in a single pattern yet, we will offer you a different pattern. And we're recommending the Pinwheel Plus quilt pattern. So that would be really pretty with this. So your number 1 fabric would be your block, your pinwheel would be these 2, and it would pick up all those teals and turquoise in this particular one. Okay, so that one is called Nature's Paintbrush, and the quilt number, the kit number is 8020354. Now, we do have a website called fabriccafe.com. And every one of the quilt kits that we show you today will be available on that website. Now, this is the next pattern that we're going to show you. This one is called Friendship Star. And Friendship Star is from my very first book, Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts. We no longer have this particular fabric, but we're going to show you a different fabric that you can make that quilt in. And I think you're going to like this one a lot. Here's another new one, and this one is called Cardinal Song. Is that beautiful? So your cardinals, see the cardinals? They're tossed cardinals, so they're going to go every which way. There's not a directional fabric. And this is like, I guess they're kind of like pine trees or something in the background, so that picks up your beiges that are in the Cardinal Song fabric, and then you've got your green fabric as your number 3. So when you work with my patterns, you normally will put your largest print in your number 1 position, light goes in your number 2 position, and the dark goes in your number 3 position. So this one, we're recommending the Friendship Star. It is in our Quick and Easy 3-yard quilt book, and that is available only as a download. So you can get it when you buy 3 kits, or you could just buy Quick and Easy 3-yard quilts, and it's $15.99. When you purchase this kit, here's your kit number. And when you purchase the kit, you're going to get the option for Friendship Star as a single pattern. Or if you're buying 3 kits, then you can pick a book, and it's in Quick and Easy 3-yard quilts. The next quilt that we're showing you is available in the brand new book called Easy Does It. And this particular one is, whoops, wrong. Quick as a Wink. Quick as a Wink. This is in the Quick as a Wink book, so I'm going to go over here and go, la-da. Quick as a Wink is my newest book. It just came out about a month or so ago. Wow. And this is one of the books from that, one of the quilts from this book. And this is available as a kit online, but we're going to show you brand new fabric that we recommend as well. So if you really like this one, it is called, what is this one called? This one is called, oh, it's called In a Flash. That's also the name of the pattern. So in a Flash, if you want the fabric we're showing there, it is 8020257. And it is in the Quick as a Wink book, and it's called In a Flash is the name of the pattern. If you want an alternate pattern, because In a Flash is not available as an individual, but if you want an alternate pattern, then we are recommending It's a Snap as an alternate pattern. Now let's look at a brand new fabric that you can use in that particular quilt. And it is so pretty. This is another gorgeous one from Timeless Treasures. This one we're calling Kaleidoscope. There's lots of color. If you're a color person, you're going to love this one. It's got a lot of the blues, and we tied that in with more blue and then a little bit more blue. It'll be really pretty. And as we say, your number 1 fabric is your largest print. In this case, you could easily switch it around. You could use this as your number 1. If you're more of a, the earthy tones, you could use that particular one. And It's a Snap is the alternate pattern. So In a Flash, if you want to make the one she was showing out of the book, Quick as a Wink. If you want an individual pattern, you would use It's a Snap. Okay, the next pattern that we're showing you is called Town Square. And this particular one, I've got some fun stuff to show you on this one. This has been one of our more popular patterns from the Easy Peasy book. And it is available in Easy Peasy. It's also now available as an individual pattern. And it has these great blocks that just kind of float on the surface of the quilt. I really like that particular one. And we are going to show you 3 different fabric kits that you might use with this. So we're going to ask Natalie to put the quilt up here, and then we're going to show you some fun stuff with these. First of all, let's move this over here just a little bit. This is the fabric that we're recommending at the beginning. So this is for people who really enjoy a geometric print. I really like this one a lot. So you've got these great color combinations here with the purple, the green, and this is called Eggplant, and I guess this is kind of a minty, earthy green, but I love that combination. You would put this in your number 1, which would be just like we were saying, the dogs and the cats that are in this particular one. And then you would have the light green would be your number 2. It would go where your green is. And then your number 3 is your eggplant purple, and it would go where the blue is. So this one is called Candy Garden. I guess I should move that over a little bit. Candy Garden, here's your number. It's Town Square pattern. It's available in Easy Peasy book, or if you want an individual pattern, this is the pattern that we're using. It's the same as the one that's in the book. Now, if you're new to Fabric Cafe, you probably don't realize this, but I have over 100 patterns, and every pattern is written for 3 1-yard cuts of fabric, which simply means that you could make any one of our kits in over 100 different ways with those 3 1-yard cuts. Very interchangeable. Now, here's what I'm going to show you that's lots of fun, I think. Okay, we got this great new fabric in. I got so excited about it. I wanted to show it to you, and so what I did was I cut the pieces so that I could actually show you what this block would look like if we put the fabric on there for this next quilt kit. So we're going to pull this down. These are the fabrics that we're going to be showing you. And let me get Easy Peasy, because we're going to talk about this pattern a little bit. Now, whenever I write my instructions, one of the things that I do is a lot of strip piecing. That's where you would take 2 long pieces, that's going to be the width of fabric, and you sew them together in long pieces. Then you cut them into units. And so like this particular unit here is 3.5 by 9, so 9 inches tall, 3.5 inches wide. Now this particular one is a little bit wider strip, and so when you sew those 2 long pieces together, you cut those into units that would be 3.5 by 15 inches. And I'm going to show you how that works. When you put them together, then you're going to actually piece the quilt. Well, let me bring that back over here. You actually piece the quilt, and you sew your unit A is sewn at the top and the bottom of the block, and then your unit B, which is this one, is sewn on the side of the block, and that's what creates this big block that you see here, right here. What I did was I just cut the units, and I want to show you how this will work, okay? So we're going to start with this. So I cut them without any seam allowance or anything, just to give you an idea of what this is going to look like when I put these 3 fabrics down. So if we start off with our unit A, it would actually be cut and sewn together, and pretend I have it sewn and cut. So whenever you do cut it, you're going to have a piece that looks like this. That's going to be sewn at the top of your block. It'll already be sewn together and cut, and that's going to be at the top of this block. Then we're going to do the same thing down at the bottom. These would be sewn together first. They'll be cut into units. They'll be sewn on the bottom. Now, you will then have these 2 pieces, and if they were already sewn together here, you cut it into that second, that unit B, it would go on the side like that. And we'll put this one here, this one here. So you pre-sew your long strips together and cut a unit like this, and then like that and that. Now the reason I wanted to show you that, let me block out the rest of this too. I thought we'll just block out so you can see how pretty this is. This is just too cool. So that gives you an idea of what the block looks like when you get finished. And isn't that gorgeous? So let's look at these fabrics real quick like. So we have the sunflower, and it has all these gorgeous colors. What is this one called, John?
That's Sunflower Garden.
Okay, thank you. I seem to have misplaced my little piece of paper. Okay, so this one is the number 1 fabric, which goes here. Then you have your yellow, which is here, your number 2 fabric. And then your yellow and green, which is your number 3. And I love this because it has green and yellow, and then it has yellow and green. And so those 3 pieces go together to make this beautiful block.
So the product number for that one is 8020370.
Is John good or what? I don't know what I did with my little piece of paper, but I don't seem to have it here. So my apologies. I seem to have lost that particular one. Oh, you know what? We didn't make one.
Yeah.
This was a last-minute addition. We never made a sign, so I didn't lose it at all. I just didn't make it.
And again, it's Sunflower Garden.
Okay. Boy, I tell you, he's good. Well, just put sunflower in your search engine and you're going to get it. Now, what I did to make this even more fun is we created 2 kits using the sunflower as your center block. We took it and made it with 2 other colors, because this has so many colors in it. It's hard to just stop with one. You know, you just gotta see this set here. So one of them we brought out the yellows and the green here, and this one we're doing pink and purple. So if you liked the last one, let's see how you like this one, and then y'all tell me which one you like best. So we used the sunflower and this purpley pink with that strong purple. So you've got your fabric 1, 2, and 3. Now, let's put this. I made some little pieces for it too. So we're going to put our little pink piece up here and our pink piece down here. And we'll put our purples and our other purple, and then we'll put some pink and some more pink and the purple, and voila, you've got a different look here. So let's take our cropper and put it up here. Now, which one did you like best, the pink and the purple or the yellow and the green? We'd love to hear from you. Now, all of these are made with the town square pattern. So I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun doing it and putting it together for you.
And the details on this one, it's Sunflower Sunset, and it's 8020369.
I'll tell you that.
Or like Donna said, you know, just search for sunflower. Top right-hand corner of our website.
We assure you we are very human. Okay, so that one was a fun little excursion that we did there. Okay, now we're going to talk about bold blocks. We no longer have this particular fabric. If you really like it, though, I have it on order for this fall, and it's supposed to be back in by the fall. So when we get it, we will be bringing it out so you can see it. It was a very popular kit. They ran out of the fabric, but they are reprinting it, and I was one of the first people to say, give me some more. So it's a great quilt. But we do not have that fabric now, but we do have a new car fabric. So if you've got a car buff in your life, you're going to like this one. It almost looks like they're quilted. The cars themselves, they have little pieces and parts. Can you kind of get, this is one of the best ones right here where you can see the little pieces of...
I was thinking when this one was kind of cool with the daisy on the wheel wells.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So it's a fun fabric. We just kind of thought it was cute, so we did the deed. We bought that. And the companion fabric is great. See how you've got up here, you've got the golds and the reds. These are tire track fabrics. So if you've got a car buff in your life, you know, like I have a motorcycle buff in my life, but if you've got a car person, this is great. So you've got your tire tracks, you've got your cars. This one is awesome. So here we have revved up. It's bold blocks, and this is the pattern. It's in Pretty Darn Quick book. It's also in the individual pattern bold blocks. So bold blocks is in that book, Pretty Darn Quick. All right, the next quilt we have is called Square Dance. And this one is one of our smaller quilts. It makes a great quilt for a young person. And we named this one Square Dance. This was one of my earliest patterns that I did. And I love it. This gives you a good example of stripes that you use as to border a block or out in the borders themselves. I jokingly, well, I didn't jokingly, I really did do a class one time called Fear Not the Stripe, because so many people were afraid to use stripes. But there's a lot of fun ways you can use stripes that really add a lot of interest to your car. I mean, to your car, to your quilt. So this one's called Square Dance. And to go along with the Square Dance, we're giving you a little taste of Texas today. And this kit is called Yeehaw! Done with this, how did I do? Done with the Square Dance pattern, which is also in Quilts for Kids book. So if you want the book, when you buy your 3 kits, you get a book free. You could take Quilts for Kids. So here is the fabric. This is so cute. It's got a little cowboy going there, and you've got boots and flowers, and it's just a cute little fabric. If you've got a little one that would enjoy the horse riding and stuff like that. And it's called Yeehaw. Here's your number, 8020360. Square Dance is the pattern, and it's individual pattern available, and it's also in the book Quilts for Kids. Now, staying with our kids theme, we've got another quilt over here. It's just a little bit shorter than some of our quilts. This one's only 56 inches. Most of our lap quilts are basically 45 by 60. I do have a few that are a little bit smaller. This particular one is 41 by 56. So this one's called 9+1. It is a very popular pattern for us. And we have the Care Bears for this one. Why don't we put this one up here so we can talk about where we're going to put that fabric. So the Care Bears would be your number 1 fabric, and the number 1 fabric goes in your largest block. Then you have a light and a dark left over. Your light would be this teal, and it would go in the number 2 position. And then your purple will go in your number 3 position. So it's such a simple way to quilt. Whenever you start reading the patterns, you'll see that you have a fabric 1, a fabric 2, and a fabric 3. 1 is your focus, 2 is your light, and 3 is your dark. And you always compare these two with your light and dark, because sometimes you'll have a dark fabric like a black background, or like that Cardinal Song that we showed you at the beginning. And if you have a dark fabric, but it's the largest print, it will still go in your largest block. And then you pick between the other two, your light and your dark, when you're working with our fabrics and patterns. This one is 8020359. It's called Care Bears Sweet Treats, and it is the 9+1 pattern, available as an individual or in the book Quilts for Kids. All right, the next one is, this is a fun one. We're going to show you a little additional on this as well. This one, we're going to be talking about the Kaleidoscope pattern. And the Kaleidoscope doesn't really get enough attention. I think we only use it every once in a while, but we brought it out because this is it's a fun pattern. It's easy to do. You can use prints in here. You could use a print and a solid, but it really does turn out very nice. And on the edge, we have chenille by the inch. Chenille by the inch is a trim fabric that you can sew down to your quilt. You sew it on top of your quilt, and then you brush it to fluff. And if you wanted to just put a border around your quilt like we did here, all you need is one of our rolls of chenille, and that's $10 for that. If you wanted to do, which I have done that with this particular one, I put it on all of my diagonal seam lines. And if you do that, then you need a jumbo pack of chenille. And a jumbo pack is $29.99, and it has 22 yards of chenille strips in it. So it would embellish the whole quilt. So this just goes around the edge for $10, or this one for $30 will go all the way through your quilt. Your chenille brush is only $5.99, and it too is available on our website. We do have several tutorials on our website about chenille by the inch. So if you just click on chenille by the inch, you'll be able to find those tutorials. And in just a couple of weeks, we are working on a special edition of our quilt show video. And now it's time for a drink. You talk along and all of a sudden you think, I need a little water. Okay. So here's your fabrics that we're recommending for that. We do not have the fabrics that Natalie is showing, but these are the ones that we're recommending for this. So this would be your focus fabric, and then this would be your light, and this one would be your dark. So this is a nice bright quilt, and this does come in like 40 different colors. So we've got our burgundy that would look cool with that, or the orange, or the yellow. Whoop. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tickle. See, I haven't done this for a couple of weeks, and I'm not used to talking for 30 minutes straight. That's not true. Anybody that knows me knows I can talk 30 minutes straight without blinking an eye. Okay, so we have our kit number. It's called Confetti Sunrise, and this pattern is called Kaleidoscope. All right, take that over here, and we'll put these over here. Okay, the next kit is made with Porch Rails. We do not have this fabric, but we do have some cute little kitty fabric that we're going to show you. So this is the Porch Rails, super easy. If you're a beginner and you want an easy pattern, this one is great. It has one solid block, and then it has the rail fence are your three fabrics that you sew long strips together, and then you cut them up into blocks. So you're making a plain block and this block, and then you sew those together. You can turn them, and I believe if Barbara is watching, she sent some pictures, put them on Facebook, and she said, whoops, I accidentally turned this block this way, but you know, it looked really cool. It just looked very nice. So you could do that as well if you wanted to use the same pattern and just turn this one. It would just give you a different look. So it's a fun pattern. And here's the fabric that we've got picked out for you, and this one's called Kitty Cuteness, of course. Kitty Cuteness. Isn't that adorable?
Did Socks pick this one out?
Yeah, Socks picked this one out. And for those of you who don't know, Socks is our shop cat. So she's been with us a long time. I'm afraid she's starting to age a little. She's like 15 years old now. It's hard to believe. But we do not have any trouble with mice or even bugs here. She's a real good hunter. So all of our fabric is safe. So here's our cute little kitties. And that's our focus fabric. So that's the number 1. And then you have your number 2 fabric as your light, and your number 3 is your dark. And see how that picks up the green that's in the quilt, the focus fabric. So this one is called Kitty Cuteness. Porch Rails is your pattern. That is an individual pattern, or it's in Pretty Darn Quick. So here's the individual pattern, or if you're doing the book deal, you can get Pretty Darn Quick as your free book. The next one that we have is called Time Machine. This one we do have available on our website, and it is called Jackie's Joy, is the name of this fabric on the website, and this is your information, 802010, Jackie's Joy. And this pattern, Time Machine, is only available, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. Y'all keep track of all of our mistakes today, okay? And we are so excited because Hannah already had prior commitments for 2 or 3 weeks this summer, and whenever we hired her, we knew that. but we cannot wait for Hannah to get back so we can look good, because she won't let us make mistakes. Just joking. Okay, Jackie's Joy. This pattern is called Time Machine. It's only available in Easy Does It, but the alternate pattern is Stepping Stones, and that one is available either in Pretty Darn Quick or it's available as an individual pattern. Now we have more fabric to show you that is brand new. We're not showing you the fabrics that we've showed you in the past. So this one is called Watercolor Flowers. Now this one is gorgeous. So that is so pretty. Love those purples and the corally reds that are in that. It's gorgeous. And then we have a green that goes with it, and a pink. So picking those out to coordinate, we have our Watercolor Flowers is your number 1. When you these are pretty close in tone. You can squint and make your decision of which one you would prefer to have as your 1 or 3 when they get that close together. So you could use this as your number 2 and this as your number 3, or you could flip them either way. So this one is Time Machine. It is in the Easy Does It book, and as an alternate pattern, either in Modern Views or an individual pattern, would be Diamond Dust, and that would look really pretty in Diamond Dust. Very nice. So that one is Watercolor Flowers. Now the next one that we're going to show you is Diamond Dust. So the alternate pattern for that is Diamond Dust, and here is a quilt made with Diamond Dust, so you can get an idea of that. And this one, we used batiks in one square, and then we just used regular fabrics in the other 2 squares, but I like that one a lot. No more of this fabric is left, but we have some pretty fabrics over here to show you. So over here we have this pretty model fabric, and this one's called Purple Shimmer. Each one of these are purpley fabrics. So this is a purple in the background with the green. We have this nice light purple to go with it for your number 2, and your number 3 is this dark. So you would use this. Hold that one up again, Hannah, and we'll show you.
Who am I?
Did I say Hannah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, her name is Natalie. We joke around here and say her name is not Natalie. And not
Hannah.
I'm forever calling her the wrong thing. Okay, well, before, lower this just a little bit, because we're going to miss Natalie. She's only here for a couple of more weeks. She's a school teacher, and she's going back to school.
Yeah.
So we're going to miss her a lot.
I'm going to miss all of you.
I know. Okay, now let's put that on the table.
All right.
Thank you, Natalie.
You're welcome.
Oh, man. There's a long story behind how I got all confused with her name. Okay, we're recommending you'd put your dark purple here. You'd have your light here. And then this would be here. So you can really see your focus fabric, your light, and your dark. And this would be gorgeous. And here's your information. Your kit number is 8020355. It's called Purple Shimmer, and it's Diamond Dust, which is also available in Modern Views. So you can get that as an individual pattern or in the book Modern Views. All right, now we have some last chance quilts. For those of you who have been with us for a while, we've been showing you things that we either only have 1 or 2 left in inventory here in the shop or on the web. And some of these are new and they've not been on the web, but we still only have a few left in inventory. So we're showing those to you and offering those. They're a great opportunity for you to pick up a beautiful quilt when there's only 1 left, like this one. So this one is called Sweet Dreams. Jacob's Ladder is the pattern that we're recommending. That's from the Modern Views, and there's only 1 of these left. Now you can go to our website and you can actually see, when you go to the quilt kits, you can click on the kit 3-yard quilt kit button, and we have a selection for last chance. So any of them that we're about to run out of, and if you've been eyeballing a quilt and you haven't picked it up yet and it's a last chance, we move it over to that section.
And let me add in here too that we're running a little behind today. We don't have all these up there, so give us about an hour after the show today and we'll have those all up and live on the website.
Thank you, John. He has them memorized, but he doesn't have them on the website quite yet. Okay, there's only one left of this too, and this is just cute. As y'all know, we are kitty people around here. We have nothing against dogs. It's just that some reason or another cats come into our lives. So this is a cute little kitty, and it's so cute because it has things like this. Let's see what they say here. This one's called Cheshire Grin, and it says where they're from, Cleveland. I'm not in Cleveland, and it's not menopause. And